Hello everybody, it is Mikkel, and today I'm going to be talking about The Good Place Season 2, Episode 2 or 3. I thought it was great, but it did take a while for it to really get going for me, and it wasn't until after all the reset stuff, which I know in the last episode I was like, oh, that'll be really funny. I think they went on a little bit too long with the joke, but whatever, it's fine. The rest of the episode was great. So, one thing that I wanted to say, I was looking for something I said earlier, and I found this text from Friday, January 20th. Season 2 premiere is going to be called Everything is Great or Find Chidi, I'm calling it here. I could have easily just said that I didn't say Find Chidi, and it would have been way more impressive, but whatever, I did. Honesty. But the text that I really wanted to find is me after The Good Place Season 1 finale. Wow, I can't believe Michael is evil and the main villain of the series. Me after The Good Place 1 minute Season 2 premiere clip, which is like the first minute of last week's episode. Wow, I can't believe that they're going to make us feel for Michael because nobody there believes in him, and the end of the series is going to be Michael gives them a real good place, but tells them the details so they act like they're being tortured whenever the other bad placers are around or watching, and that was like the end of this episode. I got it. I called it. I called it. I'm so happy. He teams up. New best friends. The part that I'm theorizing about the most, the bike gear is totally going to come into play. Season finale. Watch me be right while you watch The Good Place. Anyway, this episode, when they're in the medium place, which by the way is real apparently, I thought that was part of the whole stage that they set up for The Good Place, and nope, okay, so that's a thing. Why she doesn't just tell them everything, I don't know. I mean, she did, but why she, and just kind of wait for them to say something and then like, okay, no, and then answer their questions as they come instead of just going, okay, you've asked me this question 15 different times, here's the answer already. But when they watched the tape, one thing that I found interesting was she took it and they're teaming up, which means that the tape has to come into play in some other way. My first thought was not, oh, she's taking it away because she doesn't want Mindy to watch it anymore, which is what they kind of like hinted at when she was just like, oh, I have other copies, which makes me think that she has a plan for it, but as of now, the plan is like different, because originally it was like, oh, I'm going to show this to Michael and I'm going to show him, but no, I don't think that's going to happen. Another thing that I found noteworthy of this is that Eleanor told Chidi that she loves him, even though she said in the episode that she's only said that 2 other times, both directed to one person, and Chidi is so indecisive and anxious about everything that he just said it. He was like, oh, I love you, right? Like, he just said it and he just meant it, and so I believe that they are true soulmates and that will somehow come together, and that even though they're both like in hell, that Michael accidentally met the 2 soulmates together. Also, another Eleanor thing. By Eleanor confirmed, question mark, because Tawny was one of her soulmates, and it's like, it happened for like less than 2 seconds. Oh, why couldn't we have seen like at least part of that go around? I don't know, but I did think it was funny, just the different crazy scenarios that they don't really have to give context for, because they're like, oh, okay, and there they are on a ranch. Chidi's trying to handle a pig. Oh, there they are in some jazz club. Eleanor hates it. She realizes it's hell because she's in a jazz club. I thought that was really funny. Just seeing all the different costumes and stuff that they're in, I thought it was great. Vicky. Is she going to become our new antagonist at the moment? Like our new mini-boss up to Sean, which I assume will be the final endgame boss? But she's giving them some trouble. One thing that I don't know if I liked is that they figured it out just by overhearing instead of like actually putting the pieces together and figuring it out. But I guess that's really the only way they could have done it, because she put the pieces together like 800 other times. Jason figured it out once. That was a great scene. Ted Danson is a really great actor. All of the characters in this show are great actors, and I honestly cannot think of another show that is better cast than The Good Place. Also, Vicky, she's either going to rat him out to Sean and they're going to have another problem, because them teaming up is something I predicted, but I didn't predict it nearly this soon. Just the pacing and the writing for this show continues to surprise me every week with how just amazing and solid it always is. So I'm just wondering how long they're going to go until Sean figures it out, because I don't think it's going to be as long as we assume it would be, just because, oh, it has to be like at the end of the season. Like, no, they already did multiple season finale level cliffhangers and twists throughout the whole show. So I don't know how long they could possibly keep this away from Sean, especially because apparently he talks to Sean about it. And I'm suspecting that Sean already knows, but he's just like formulating exactly what he's going to be doing to Michael afterwards. An interesting theory that I read that sort of is like one that I read last week, except it more parallels the show. And this is Michael's retirement, and Sean is like, this would be an interesting new experiment, a new way of doing something to make someone think that they're working towards something, when in reality, this thing that they're in that they think is good is actually their hell. It would be just like Michael, what he's doing with the Core 4. Although now I'm not sure if that's exactly true, because now that he's teaming up with the Core 4, it means that they're not necessarily in on it. But could that be part of Sean's plan? I don't know. I just think the show is great. And Vicky, she's like, she's so great. I didn't expect to love her this much when she was in season 1. She was great in season 1, but like, she's just like one of the main characters this time around, so it's fun. Or this times around, all these times around. You know what I mean. Anyway, I'll see you guys next week for more Good Place discussion goodness. All the characters in this episode are great. One of the lines that stood out to me was when Jason said, "I'm too young to die, but I'm too old to order anything off the kids' menu. What a stupid age I am." Just the way he acted it out, just the character himself saying it. Great line. These characters are so great, and I love them. Mindy's totally going to be way more important later on in the series, just because she knows everything. She's smart. She's like the Janet without being a robot and the limitations of being a robot and being reset entail. Also, Janet must be insanely smart now, because he's been resetting her a lot.
We're in the bad place, aren't we? Damn it.